Yay Networks.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Spill the Beans podcast.
Happy end of the week. I hope you guys had a good week so far, because I know we did. Our week was so freaking hectic, guys. Like, I don't even know how everything ended up falling on the same weekend. So we've been a little busy over here.
Guys, so busy to the point where I feel guilty. One, I feel guilty falling asleep at night. And two, I wish there was you end up wishing there was more hours in the day. And you're like last night I was like, I wonder if there was 5 more hours in the day. Would I get more done, or would I just be more tired? That's how busy we are right now. It's insane.
Yeah, so just to give you a little backstory, we moved into our new house. We had a photo shoot for something very special, and then G's Elite Designs, as you can tell, was in here, and they revamped our studio background, guys.
They worked their magic, guys. This is insane.
And they only had 6 hours. So they literally did it so fast.
While having a baby.
With them. So shout out to them. It looks beautiful and it just looks like a vibe, So we have a lot going on. And this week, nonetheless, is going to be even more busy because we have a launch of something really exciting.
And on top of that, we have Vibin'. And on top of that, we have sponsors and stuff due for...
Yeah, we have a bunch of work, brand deals due. And we have 2 kids.
I'm tweaking right now, guys. I'm tweaking. I told Blanca, I was like, babe, I already think we're in here for too long. We got to finish this podcast and go.
But anyways, guys, welcome back. I hope you put your seatbelt on for this podcast, because we're going to take you on a journey.
Dang, babe, are you ready?
No, I'm not.
Are you ready to tell them? Okay, guys, by the title of this video, you know that Blanca's been keeping a little something from you guys. Cancel her, because she literally hides stuff from you guys and isn't open with you. Just kidding. Guys, without further ado, I'm going to let my wife talk here from now on. I'll just be the hype man.
But I just want to say, you guys know how when you have toddlers, you can't tell them anything because they will just tell the whole world. Franco did spill the beans, in fact, on J&J Vlogs. And it's so funny because... sometimes you think no one's gonna understand, no one's gonna get what he says, right? But no, everyone caught on. So while we were filming, when we got back from our work trip 2 weeks ago, we were filming him reuniting with Belen and stuff. And how did it come about? What did we ask him?
Because he's like, ¿A dónde fuiste, papá? ¿A dónde fuiste, mamá? And then I don't know what I said, and then he was like, ¿Fuiste a comprar ropa?
Yeah, so my mom had told him, tus papás fueron a California, fueron a comprar ropa. So she was, explaining where we were. And he said it on the vlog, and it came out on the vlog, guys. So a few comments already are oh, my God, Franco spilled the beans. Blanca's coming out with her clothing line. And guess what? He was right. This is, I don't know, I feel like this has been a long time coming, in the sense that I've always had this idea in the back of my mind, but I feel like I never had a set style, you know? Before I had kids, I was super up and down with oversized shirts. Do I want to be girly? Do I want to be more just comfy? And this happened as soon as I had Franco. I was like, what the heck? You lose your sense of style because you don't know how to dress up your mom body anymore. And then after you have a second one, girl, I feel like the second time it's harder for you to bounce back, because of course you already had a mom pouch, so you get double the mom pouch. So this whole postpartum journey, I've just been thinking, how cool would it be to just have a store where I can walk in and it's all cute stuff that's going to make me feel pretty, but also it's going to be comfy, easier to throw on. I can run around after a toddler and then easily nurse my baby too, So I was like, I wish I just had a store I could walk in. And that's when I was like, you know what? I can just be that. I can create this for my moms out there. And it's not just for my moms, because I feel like my style is very... and I see this through Instagram a lot. Everything I wear, it's either a matching set or a flowy dress. You're going to find me in either of those every single day. And I always get asked, where is that from? Please link that. Where is it? So I'm like, it's not even just for moms, it's just for anyone, you know, anyone that just wants a comfy style that is gonna be girly and cute at the same time. And for me, I can't walk into my closet and be like, what am I gonna wear today? No, like I just have to get on a matching set and go, because I don't have time for that. Like, I wish I could hire a stylist and that they could put different pieces together, but you're going to find me on a matching set 10 out of 10 of the times. And that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be the one-stop shop for a comfy, cute outfit that is so easy to throw on. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to see what you're going to match it with. Like, just give that to you. And so it could just be making both of our lives easier, you know? So when I brought that idea to Jonathan, he's like, duh, babe, like, that makes so much sense, you know?
Yeah, guys, what I most loved about this idea was, I'm all about like purpose. Like, you have to move with purpose. You have to like have a purpose behind a business idea, because a lot of the times, you know, I'm speaking very in general. I'm not just speaking for those that are around me, or I'm speaking also for like, I'm talking like big YouTubers like FaZe Rug, like those type of YouTubers. Sometimes they come out with products or stuff, and it's like, you just know this is like for money.
Yeah, like
you
a
know
money
what I mean?
grab.
Like I'm gonna pick on FaZe Rug because I feel like a lot of you guys don't know who he is, but anyways, he came out with like this sour candy the other day, and like the exact vibe he copied is basically like Mario, like Super Mario World, and like he made himself like. Anyways, you can just tell. Because he knows his audience is like teenagers below. You come out with candy, they're gonna beg their parents to like buy it for them, you know. And it's like you know, if it was a YouTuber that was like chewing on candy all the time, and you're like, oh, I know FaZe Rug has always a bag of candy in his hand, you know. Then yeah, but like, you know, that was just like for money. So when Blanca told me like the intention, it was like to provide like value for moms that maybe don't feel the same anymore, that their bodies have changed so much after having kids, or just getting married, or just, you know, working 2 jobs, or whatever the case may be. Bodies change. Like, it's impossible to maintain that high school figure. So when she told me that, guys, I was literally so hyped, and I was like, this is amazing, because just like Vibin has a purpose, now I'll let you spill the name, has a purpose as well.
Now, I wanted to announce my name, and this is great because this podcast goes live, 6 a.m. on Friday, and the launch is today. So before, like, you guys see the Instagram and all of that. No, wait, they have already seen it.
Yeah.
Never mind. If you,
I guess, yeah, I'm over here. Yeah, this is going on.
Wait, we could have sworn. Okay, anyways,
Never
you guys have already
mind.
seen the name, and I don't know if I already explained it or not, because we're literally like, as we're speaking right now, like today we're doing everything too. Like,
This could be the explanation video.
yeah, I don't know, girl. Just hear us out. Anyways, so my clothing line, my brand is gonna be called Belle and Frank, and this is just so meaningful to me because, of course, like, it's a play on my kids' names, and who knows, maybe we'll have more, maybe we won't, but it's basically Belen and Franco, which are my 2 biggest and like the best motivators. When you have kids, guys, we have no idea how to even explain this, because you don't understand until you have your own kids. They become the reason you do everything. They become the reason you want to look good, you want to feel good, you want to go to the gym, you want to stay young forever, because you need to run after them and play with them, and then you want to build a life for them, you know. Like, I want them to have like a good quality of life, you know, and just be there for them 24/7. And we just want to, obviously, like everyone that has kids now want to raise healthy adults. So everything that we do now is with them in our mind. And I was like, I'm just like, when I was thinking about names, I wanted to have a purpose behind my name, and that is it. My kids, my 2 babies, which is Belen and Franco. And so I wasn't going to put, Belen and Franco, you know, I wanted it to be a cute, catchy, short name. And of course, like, I took inspiration from like all the boutiques I ever shopped and stuff like that. And everyone has like cute, catchy names, or something that you know, like, I don't want something to be like, Blanca J, you know, and you're gonna shop it. Like, I don't want you to shop this brand because it's my brand. I want just a random person to be like, I just want a cute mom fit, and they search, Belle and Frank. Like, it doesn't have to be, Blanca J, it's this YouTuber and she has, you know, like, no. I wanted to just be a brand that supports like moms and their new body, and that's going to make them look gorgeous and feel beautiful, you know. So that was like my whole purpose. I just wanted to be Belle and Frank, its own entity, and you don't have to think, Blanca's the one. No, like, just that, you know, that's your one-stop shop, your go-to for when you're going to a party, for when you have a play day of, you know, play date at the splash park and you want a cute little matching set, this is from them. Just saying. But yeah, so of course, like everything that we do has a purpose and has a beautiful meaning, and that is our name, Belle and Frank, and that's her. That is her.
That is crazy, guys. Even to the point where I just love good business models, you know? So then I was literally like talking with my friend Marco on the way to like indoor soccer. And out of all the things we talk, guy stuff, we talk about like soccer, fights, you name it, you know, just guy stuff. I brought it up. I was like, yo, like, you know, we're going on this trip. And like, I felt so proud. I was like, she's making this brand for like, it's just so, it rolls off the tongue so easily. Like, she's making this brand for women that have, their bodies have changed and maybe they're not as comfortable, or moms, et cetera, et cetera. And she's targeting this niche of people that sometimes, like, it feels sad to say, but they feel excluded, you know? Like, I always have this, it's not a joke, but I always refer to me, you know, I've gone through a weight loss journey. So you guys know that I've lost a few pounds, and I always refer to my past self as like the chubbier version of myself. And I sometimes remember like sad things or more things I could relate to when I was a little bit heavier. And sometimes out of that includes like inclusivity, right? For like things you can wear and stuff. So that really made me happy that like, it made me sad, but then happy for Blanca, because it makes me sad that sometimes like these women, it's not because they gain weight because they just decided one day to stop going to the gym or stuff. It's because their body like naturally changed from having kids, you know? So it's like, imagine one day you sacrifice your freedom, your alone time, your body, you gain all this weight, and then you try going back to that H&M, you try going back to that Victoria's Secret, or you see all these like, this is not to hate on anything. Anyone can sell anything, right? But the majority of boutiques are like those like really pretty going out dresses. Yeah. And it's like, I think about all those moms that like, they won't even like try to order that dress, that bedazzled, cute, tight dress to the body, because they just know that they're not going to look good in it. You know, their self-esteem is so low. So when I was telling Marco, I was like, dude, this is for them. Like, you know, and he's like, dude, that is such a good idea. Like, so happy for Blanca, et cetera, et cetera. Like, oh, Julissa, because they call her Julissa. And yeah, so that's how I see it. Like, Blanca is so nice and doesn't want to call it what it is, but I see more deeper into things. I see women that can finally have something like more inclusive into themselves, you know, because I feel sometimes really bad with vibing. The way we get our shirts, sometimes there isn't an option for like a extra 2XL or 3XL option, you know, like it's not that we don't want to buy the shirt, just the manufacturer that we get it from doesn't have those options. So sometimes we do get those DMs and vibing, and it's like, oh, I wish guys had bigger sizes, and trust us, like we wish we did too. But now with Blanca, like this is like the sizes are different. She can be more inclusive to everyone, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like growing up too, I've always been on the chubbier side my whole life. And I feel like after high school or during high school is when I started like slimming down. But I just remember like looking on, let's say Fashion Nova, for example, and looking at all these beautiful models wearing beautiful dresses or beautiful like workout sets. And I'm like, okay, if I buy this, like it looks beautiful. They're selling it to me so pretty, but it doesn't come with the body, you know? So I'm like, growing up, even then, I never wore tight things. When I would go to bailes and stuff, it would be so hard for me to dress up because I just knew like, oh, I'm gonna order this from this boutique, but it's not gonna come with the body, you know? And it's always been something that I struggle with, because if you know me and if you followed me for years, you know that I'm always wearing loose clothes. Even when I've been my skinniest, even when I've been my thinnest, like I was always in loose clothes, because it's not only that I'm not confident, it's just that if I can't move freely in an outfit, I'm not gonna wear it. You know, like I need something I can sit in and I'm not gonna look fat, you know, and that's just how I view it, because I have like a lot of loose skin. I have the mom pouch, whatever. So I want something that I'm not gonna feel big in. I want something like this that I'm sitting and I'm comfortable. I don't have to be like, oh my god, me pueden ver la lonja acá, or you know. So I just wanted to bring that to you guys, and I personally need to really do my research and find people that sell those inclusive sizes, because a lot of them don't. Like most of the shops we would go into, they would just have size small through large, and I'm like, oh, you know, like we need a little bit more. But that's why I got a lot of loose fitting items like this. Like this I'm wearing right now a size large, but like it's super stretchy, it's super loose. The shorts, I made sure that they weren't tight. You can tighten them, you can loosen them up. It's just finding things that is going to make everyone look and feel good. That has been my biggest thing ever when I'm like shopping, or like, because I post a lot of pictures on Instagram and I link a lot of my things. I want something that it's not only looking good on me or my body, you know, I want something that everyone can wear and look and feel good in. And that is the purpose behind this brand. I want you guys to just love everything and know like, oh, I can just go on Belle and Frank and find my outfit for this weekend, you know?
Yeah.
You guys, 1 in 5 Americans have learn a new language on their bucket list. If that's you, make 2024 the year you finally check it off your list with Babbel.
Don't spend hundreds of hours on private tutors or spend hours on apps that don't really help you speak. Be a better you in 2024 with Babbel, the science-backed language learning app that actually works.
Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are handcrafted by over 200 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. And Babbel's designed by real people for real conversations.
Babbel's tips and tools are approachable, accessible, rooted in real-life situations, and delivered with conversation-based teaching, so you're ready to practice what you've learned in the real world. The way Babbel's convenient courses have helped me, guys, is, I don't know if many of you know, but I used to take Mandarin back in high school. I actually took 3 years, but after graduating, I really didn't have anyone to practice it with anymore, let alone, you know, all the books that I didn't keep. So with Babbel, I've really been sharpening up those skills again. I'm not saying I'm fluent in Mandarin, but at least I'm back on track to kind of like understand it a little bit, speak here and there. So I'm really happy that I found Babbel. Studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove Babbel is better. One study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college.
Babbel has over 16 million subscriptions sold. Plus, all of Babbel's 14 award-winning language courses are backed by their 20-day money-back guarantee. Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/beans.
Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/beans, spelled BABBEL.com/beans.
Rules and restrictions may apply. I know, guys, it's like a lot. I just want to say everything that is in my mind, but it's so hard to like articulate all my words because I don't have the perfect words to explain and express what I'm feeling, because it's, as much as it's so exciting, it's also really scary. You know,
Yeah,
it's scary
definitely.
to come out with a brand and like, I just want everyone to love it, which I know not everyone will. So that's why I like explaining myself and explaining the reasons we do things. And I just hope that you guys like it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared.
No, pero como dice la Gabby, because obviously now that we spill the beans on that, we can talk about all kind of like the behind the scenes. But Gabby said something to Blanca yesterday, was like, stop like overthinking it. Like that just brings negative vibes or something like that.
Like you're the one bringing negative vibes.
Yeah,
no one
like,
has said anything.
And that reminded me of something like super important that's been helping with like my overthinkingness. Because there was this period of time where like, as a dad that has like anxiety and stuff, a lot of the times, like, this is gonna sound like really like extreme, but I would be like, what if like my kids were to die? Like, how would I feel? You know, like you're always scared of shit like that. Like if Franco were to drown or like this and that, like you're always like super careful, like, you know? So, and then I heard this psychologist one time on this podcast say, did you know that when you're like overthinkers and people with anxiety, you're like, let's just take a random scenario, knock on wood, like, let's just say like, you know, my kid something were to happen to them. You overthinking that and playing that scenario 1,000 different ways of how that could happen in your head, you're in a way, the placebo and how strong your brain is, you're giving yourself those emotions to an extent or almost to 100%, and it hasn't even happened.
Yeah.
So let's just say if one of my kids were to pass away, like,
You're already grieving.
I'm already grieving. I'm already feeling that pain, and I'm catching myself tearing up in the car. And like, in a way, like, I use that to like, you know, be a better dad, and I'm like, oh, take all the time I have with them not for granted, blah, blah, blah. But I'm causing myself that pain. So then when Gabby said that, it kind of like flushed me with like a bunch of like emotion and memories. And I was like, you know what, Gabby, like, you're right. Like, we were like busy and like doing stuff, and I was also driving, so I didn't say it out loud, but I was like, in my head I was like, you know what, Gabby's right, like Blanca right now is the only, like, she hasn't even sold anything. It's not like
I'm already thinking about the comments.
Yeah, or like the comments, or nothing selling out, or people not buying anything. It's like you're already causing yourself, how if that were to happen, which if it does, then so be it. It's not the end of the world, you know? Then you're already making yourself feel like that, and it hasn't even happened. You know, but you guys, our supporters, I told Julius, I was like, our supporters are so amazing and so nice that like that's the chances of that happening are very low, and it's like you're already causing yourself that pain. So that was also to Blanca here, but that message is also to all you guys listening to this. Like sometimes our anxiety and our overthinkingness literally causes us to feel the very thing that we fear to some extent, which then could cause us stress, which then causes hair loss, weight gain, hormone imbalance. It's so many things, guys. So really check yourself and be like the other day, I like something about Franco drowning. I'm like, I'm not near any body of water right now. I'm driving. Franco's literally asleep with his grandma. Why am I thinking about this? You know, and I stopped right there and I was like, que se salga chamuco, because at the end of the day, you know, we saw Inside Out too. So I kind of like compare anxiety to kind of like a demon. Yeah. I feel like they're demons just trying to like ruin your day.
Yeah. That's how it's been. I feel like being in the social media, because I feel like, okay, if I was just not an influencer and I didn't have followers, quote unquote, if you're just listening to this, I wouldn't be as scared, you know, because it's like, oh, it's just a business that I'm starting up and hopefully it does good. And if it fails, well, so many people's business fail and they just do something else, you know. But since you're like in the we're in the social media scene, it's just like I was telling Jonathan, I've never had anxiety until just now. Like I'm starting to get anxiety just thinking like, I hope people understand my meaning behind this, and I hope that they understand why like why I'm doing this, for who I'm doing it, and based on like my experience too, you know, because I love window shopping, I guess, on boutiques and seeing how beautiful these models look with these amazing bodies and amazing like dresses and tight skirts. But it's like that's not my normal, you know. My normal is flowy, matching sets, you know. So I just want you guys to understand the why behind this. And yeah, like Jonathan has put me in my place in the sense that I'm always like, babe, stop overthinking everything. So he's literally like, stop overthinking everything, take your own advice and just wait until the drop, you know. Take the comments as they come and stop like grieving them before they even get there. So I'm just a little bit nervous, guys. You know, I want you guys to tell me if you like it or what you think of the style. You know, it's very like fresh and airy and earthy vibes. I want this to just be, I want when you like log or go into it and type it out, like you just feel fresh vibes and you feel calm and you're not stressed out like looking through the pictures, you know. I just want this to be something for everyone, but especially for my moms out there that, you know, feel different in their body after having babies like me. Because it's not the same. It's like Jonathan said, un día fui a H&M and I'm like, bruh, I don't like any of the clothes here anymore, you know? And it's just because your body changes and so does everything else.
Yeah, but this is a good lesson, guys. I love how we're like introducing Blanca's new business, but we're also like giving you guys like, because one of the advices right here that I have was just like someone turning 20 and wanting like life advice, and whether it be a little bit of finance, a little bit of like emotions and stuff, and making friends. I'm glad we're kind of speaking on it. Like nothing will like, what's that? There's so many sayings, but basically like nothing will change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Or the whole anxiety thing, how like, even though Vibin has been a big business and it was like new and it's both of ours, it was more me handling. So I feel like I never got any nervous vibes from Blanca for Vibin. If anything, it was just me, even though it's our business equally. But now with her, with this, she's like super nervous. She's like super fearful. But I'm like, good. Like, I'm glad she's feeling this, because this is what business owners feel. This is what risk takers feel. Like, I feel like, and this is like, I'm speaking to you, babe, like, I feel like you haven't felt this exciting fear in such a long time. Probably.
Never. I don't think ever.
Like, let me tell you, probably when's the last time you probably felt it, and not even as strong as this, when you probably uploaded your first YouTube video back
Heck
in Naiwa.
no.
No?
I had
Or like when you
no
picked up
anxiety or stress
but like,
over that.
or maybe like when you knew people were gonna potentially watch this video, because I feel like you always kept it hidden.
Yeah, I did.
You know?
I never talked about it, but
Like
they
let's
found
say you uploaded your video and all of Naiwa was gonna see it the next day.
Yeah.
Then you probably would have felt some sort of
Yeah.
thingy in your
Yeah.
stomach. So that's what I'm saying. And that picking up that camera and uploading your first video is what years later would change your life.
Yeah.
So maybe you're feeling this right now as well, and this could change your life even to another level, you know?
Yeah, one of our friends, I saw she was like answering questions the other day, and I can't remember what the question was. It was something about like, how do you feel about like business owning or anything, or how did you even become successful in this, whatever. And she said, I started so many businesses that failed, you know, and look at me, like finally one is doing good, and she kept going with it. But that's what I'm thinking. It's like, if this were to fail, knock on wood, please, I hope everyone loves it, and this is my plan. I'm just praying to God. If it were to fail, that's the worst that can happen.
Yeah.
You know, like the worst that can happen is it fails, nobody buys it, and I just have a bunch of my favorite outfits and I don't have to wash as often, you know?
And you'll be on every vlog wearing the same thing.
Now I'll really look like a retrato. So if it were to fail, you know, whatever, just put it in the back of my mind, and it'll just become a funny story I can tell my kids. Like, hey, I started a boutique with both of y'all names. It didn't work out, you know?
Y'all are bad luck. Get out of here. As new parents to 2 kids and now caught in a moving situation, remembering to stock up on diapers is kind of on the least of our priorities.
If you've ever been caught one-handed at the changing station without a fresh one ready to go, Hello Bello has your baby's butt covered. Hello Bello believes all families deserve premium, affordable baby products. With their ultra-convenient diaper bundle subscription service that includes 7 packs of diapers and 4 packs of plant-based wipes, you'll never run out of supplies.
Better yet, they're delivered to your door. You can set, change, or cancel your delivery schedule whenever you want.
Yeah, as parents, we know how hard it is to remember to have everything you need to buy all the time.
Keep your diaper caddy stocked with everything you need by including wipes, lotions, diaper rash cream, and more in your bundle.
And Hello Bello has your baby covered in the great outdoors too. With summer here, stock up on bug spray, sunscreen, and swim diapers, perfect for splashing.
Named Best Diaper Subscription by New York Magazine and winner of the 2022 Good Housekeeping Parenting Award, Hello Bello will keep you well stocked on diapers and wipes.
Go to hellobello.com/spillthebeans to get 30% off your first customized bundle and a full-size freebie product of your choice.
That's hellobello.com/spillthebeans to start bundling with 30% off your first order.
Don't forget, that's hellobello.com/spillthebeans. Anyways, yeah, I've just been like my whole life, I don't think I've ever dealt with anxiety. And now it's like, what the heck is this feeling? Like I've never, like I literally had my caption written yesterday and Jonathan's like, babe, this is really good. And then I didn't upload it. Why? Because I just like, I'm overthinking every little thing, and it sucks. And I feel for everyone like you, babe, that you overthink and that you have anxiety. I'm like, Jonathan's like, yeah, babe, that's how I feel every single day. And I'm like, what? I'm so sorry that you feel that way. Like that actually really sucks. And I don't know, like this is crazy. And I don't know. I've also seen an advice, I don't remember where, it was probably on TikTok, but it's like, if it doesn't scare you and if it doesn't excite you, then you're not jumping out of the box. And so I feel like this is finally my stepping out of the box moment, because my whole life I've been comfortable. I don't like getting uncomfortable. You know that. Mm-hmm. So my whole life I've just been riding the wave, you know, flowy vibes. And that's why right now I'm like super jittery and excited and stressed and scared. And, you know, and it feels good to have people around me that tell me like, hey, this is really good, or hey, this is like, when Gabby was taking my pictures, she's like, these look great, these look amazing, like the clothes are beautiful, you know. So I just hope, like Jonathan and I always say, that I hope that our videos help at least one person. I hope that our shirts on Vibe & Co help at least one person. And for this is like, I hope that my clothing line makes at least one of you feel beautiful, you know. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, guys, I hope you love it. I hope you like our little explanation, our reason behind everything. I'm just very scared.
I think it's a vibe. Like, we're just like friends chit-chatting right now, you know. Yeah. Like
I feel like this is what...
Because it hasn't even dropped yet. So you guys are like, yes, this comes out, like it's already out or whatever. But the fact that we're speaking to you guys without it still being out is like... to us, you guys are our friends, you know, and we treat our Spill the Beans community so different. Like, if you watch J&J vlogs, like, yeah, you saw our work trip to LA, but we never mentioned Belle and Frank, you know, because we're just shy over there, I guess, for stuff like this. But with you guys, we can speak about anything. And like, yeah, un hater, uno que otro se mete, infiltrates through our system. And like, somehow you end up here hating, but you still listen to the whole podcast. So thank you for that. But other than that, like, yeah, I feel like Gabby and Gabe, because they're a team. But like, Gabby's vision for pictures and marketing and like business is just... Guys, it's insane. Like,
it's out of this
I
world.
Can't even comprehend how her brain works. I feel like this is her God-given talent, to the point where like the little video she made for Blanca, like I feel like the video le faltaban como like 2 seconds and I just walked away. And it might have seemed like rude to Blanca or Gabby, but like it was literally gonna make me tear up. And I was like, I ain't no freaking way I'm gonna cry in front of people, you know? Like, I've never cried. So I was like, no, like, so I walked away. But yeah, like it had me tearing up. And she made that in what, like an hour, like 40 minutes that she went in her room. I thought she fell asleep because it was just Gabe, Gaiden, Franco, me, and Blanca and Belen, like in our little loft area playing with toys. And Gabby's door was closed and the lights were off. And I was like, oh, pues está bien cansada, you know, se despertó temprano, se fue a dormir, or she's taking a little nap, you know. And then she just comes out and she's like, oh, I finished it. We're like, you finished? I was like, finished what, you know? She's like, the video, and we saw it. I'm like, oh my god!
And
but
then
the pictures, like at the field outside and nature, it's like the poses and the props, like it's just that, like it really says like the littlest people are the most like crazy and
the
like
biggest,
moving,
have
you know,
the biggest head.
Yeah, and like she's so smart for that kind of stuff, and it's like, oh my god, like. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I guess we can dive in a little bit into the behind the scenes, because I knew after our business trip, I told Jonathan, well, okay, so we get there, and it's so funny because now that the vlog is out, a lot of you guys were like, where is Los Compadres? Like, where's Lulu and where's Rogelio? And I was like, now that we can explain it, we went to LA for a business trip, and out of coincidence, I don't even know, I see the Wednesday before we leave, I'm like, Lily and Mando are in LA this weekend. That is actually kind of crazy. And they're staying in downtown in a hotel that's like probably 5 minutes away from us. And so out of coincidence, we were able to go get dinner with them. And then out of even more coincidence, they were going to brunch with Baranoche the next day, and they're like, oh, let's go to brunch with Baranoche the next day. And I was like it wasn't planned. And that's why I always say, like, the best things come from no plans, you know. So
unexpected. Yeah,
so basically it was that we booked a 2-day trip. We went to LA. The first day we were shopping around, and the second day we pulled the plug, you know, and we bought a bunch of things. And it was just crazy because after, like, no, we were literally having our dinner at In-N-Out, and I told Jonathan, like, I'm hiring Gabby, I'm hiring G's Elite Designs, because I just know what I'm envisioning in my head, I cannot bring to life. I just know I can't. And if I tell my visions to her, she's going to bring it to life. And I just know Gabby in the sense that I tell her everything, and she doesn't even have to tell me, hey, does this look good? Hey, is this okay? Hey, is this font? No, like, I'm like, I just let her do her thing, and she gives me the finished product. And that's exactly what happened. We literally shot all of Sunday afternoon, and then all of Sunday night, Gabby was editing, and then literally at like 11:30 p.m., she came downstairs and airdropped everything to me. And not one picture, not one video was like, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you switch? Nothing. Like, everything was exactly what I had envisioned in my head. And that is why G's Elite Designs is literally that girl, you know?
Like, you guys need, like, if you have something coming up, guys, it's like, it's just worth it. Because I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I was the one opposed at the beginning of hiring them, just because I have this very toxic trait of, like, no me gusta incomodar a la gente. Like, Blanca always gets mad at me. Like, babe, can you go ask if we can do this? Or can you go ask if this is possible? And I'm like, babe, if it's not obvious that we can or can't, no quiero preguntar, because then that makes me feel uncomfortable, right? Yeah. So I was like, babe, there's a few editors here in Colorado. Like, why don't you just go with them? Or photographers here in Colorado. Like, why are you going to make them fly out with a baby? Blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, what made me feel at ease, and I was like, okay, was like that they had just recently gone to Chicago for business. So I was like, okay, like, I guess I hadn't seen them really travel for business besides LA before like that. So I was like, okay, like, they did Chicago, I'm sure they would do Colorado, you know? So then, yeah, and then, man, like, was I like so wrong? Like, or it could have been like the mistake of the year, like not hiring them for like this specific photo shoot, you know, because like I've never heard Blanca say, oh, this picture, can you, like, no, like Gabby is so funny because she'll listen to what you have to say and what you want. But she's like the little Edna from The Incredibles. She'll be like, shut up. Okay. You know, because her head is like going. But like she already took what you said into mind, but like told me to like shut up 3 times because she already knows like what she's like her mission is. You know?
And it's crazy how they work. Like them being a team, like they couldn't be more of a perfect team, honestly. And Gaiden ni se diga, guys. He's so calm and he's just, you know, along for the ride. But I just remember that day, we needed props and Gabby's like, hey, I told Jonathan, I was like, hey, can you go with Gabe to go buy these props? And then I don't know how it ended up being that Gabe and Gabby and Gaiden and Jonathan were going. And like she came in and asked me like one thing, but it wasn't like
what size shoe are you?
Oh yeah.
Sandal. Size sandal,
what's your shoe size? And yeah, se fue.
What size shoe are you?
Yeah.
That's what even, what size?
What's your shoe size?
What size shoe are you?
She didn't even ask me like what kind of chair are you looking for? No. Ella se fue. She picked everything out, added to cart. And it's so funny because we like drove down a few streets. She's like, oh, I like that one. I like that one. I like it there. I like it here. And we get out and we literally like, you just listen and do what she tells you because you like, we don't see the vision, but she does. So it's like, like setting this up in a random field, like it feels awkward. And her telling me like, do this and pose like this. It feels awkward. But then she shows me the finished product. And I'm like, this is why I hired you guys, because I just know that you are going to give me exactly what I have in my head that I could never, ever bring to life. So yeah, guys, Gisele Design's amazing, so talented in anything, photo shoots, video, you know, like interior design. Hire them for everything. This is not promotion though. But I mean, this isn't a paid promotion. This isn't a paid sponsor. We are loyal
just
customers.
Just hire them now before they get crazy, like big and expensive, because they have a potential that is like through the roof, guys. And even then, like besides being like good at working, they're just overall good human beings. Like, for example, like we just mentioned everything we did, and Gabe and I still went fishing twice. Like, isn't that crazy? Like I told Gabe, I was like, we have such a busy day, dude. I don't think we're going to be able to fish. He's like, what if we go at 5 a.m? And I was like, what if we do? And we woke up at 5:30 to go fishing. And it's like, I don't feel comfortable enough to tell anyone else that, because either they're tired or especially someone that has a kid, you know, like, so ellos son standard, todo terreno, and that's dope.
Yeah. So if you guys are looking to hire, I feel like when you work with someone, you want them to bring the positive vibes. That's them, because you need like good people around you. And I knew like for this business model, this idea, I needed someone that wasn't going to obviously be like, oh yeah, this is amazing. It's like hyping me up, but someone that was just like, hey, like, don't overthink it. Hey, this is going to be great. Like, the pictures look great. The clothing is great. And just the vibes that they bring are really, really good. So that's what you need when you're starting a business. And I feel like after the shoot and after I got all the pictures, I was like, okay, like, every day I'm like, okay, this is a good idea. Okay, this is a really, really bad idea. So yeah, me mandaron las fotos. This is a really good idea. And then yesterday when I'm about to post, I'm like, this is a really bad idea. So just like giving you an insight on what it's like to start a new brand. It's freaking crazy and scary, but I don't know. I just hope.
This goes out to everyone that it might have. This is why I don't drink caffeine during the podcast, babe. And I always do, because you always want to go to Dutchies and then I can't speak because I'm like, my brain is running way faster than what my mouth can move at.
Yeah. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Social media can sometimes be a scam. Everyone just posts the highlights of their day, their weeks, their months, and their year. So we can get sometimes caught up on just comparing ourselves to others.
Yeah, comparison is the thief of joy, and it's easy to envy people's lives. It might look like they have it all together on their Instagram, but in reality, they probably don't.
Therapy can help you focus on what you want instead of what other people have. That way you can focus on living your best life.
I love therapy because I can finally start talking about things that I can't just talk to my husband or my mom about. I have an unbiased best friend.
And therapy has really taught me how to stop comparing my life to others.
If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule.
Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/spillthebeans today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/spillthebeans. This is basically goes to show anyone out there that wants to start, you know, whether you have a new business idea, a new thing at school, or you want to change majors in college and you're already 2 years in, like, fuck it, listen to your heart and don't let anything stop you guys. You never know what you're letting get in the way, you know, for God's plan. Like, maybe this is what God wants you to do. Maybe God wants you to change that major. Maybe God wants you to go to that social gathering or that business idea. Do it, okay? Like, spoilers alert, quick little 3 seconds. If you have not seen Inside Out, skip like 5 minutes. It's Inside Out 2, but that movie is wonderful. I feel like now that we're talking about inclusivity with like sizes and different body types, I feel like I've never seen a movie that included a representation for us people that have anxiety. Everyone has it, whether it's mildly or really bad like I do, but anxiety has always been like kind of like what atheists refer to like with God. Like, I can't see God, I can't smell him, I can't touch him, so he doesn't exist. And for a long time, people that they don't have anxiety or don't really experience that are like, what's anxiety? Like, that's something
like it doesn't
exist. So that movie, like, I just loved how it put it, like when anxiety's like tearing up and she can't let go of Riley, and it's like, that's so true. Like, that's what panic attacks are, like anxiety attacks are. And it's like, you know, so don't let that little fear, that little monster, that little emotion get in your head. Start that new thing, because you might be the first person in your whole generation ever that will take your family out of poverty, that will change your kid's life for better, you know? So do it.
Yeah. Like, be the change you want to see in this world, honestly. And in this world as in your world, because everyone lives different lives. But yeah, I feel like with this, it's just like when I don't know, when you're going to your tia's house and you're like, fuck, like I already know she's gonna say she doesn't like my jeans, you know? That's how I feel about this Friday, because it's like I'm not even there yet and I'm already like, oh, someone's gonna say like, Blanca, this is, you know, whatever. So I just remember last night, Jonathan knocked out on me like at freaking 10:30, and I'm like, damn, babe, you're really tired. So I was like,
I woke up at 5 to go fishing, and I never wake up that early.
So I woke him up so I could take a shower, because I knew I needed something. Like I needed my shower time to think. So I just remember being in the shower and being like, okay, God, like, I'm just going to give this to you. And I know that the devil is working with me, because I just kept saying like, I'm just going to abandon this idea. Like, fuck it, I already spent the money. I already did this. But like, I was thinking before my shower, I was thinking nobody knows, and what they don't know won't hurt them, you know? So I hadn't said anything really. So who cares? The only one that's going to know is me. Yeah. And
Gabby.
And Gabby. And my mom, you know? So I get in the shower and I'm just like, you know what, God, I'm just going to give it to you. Let me know. Because there's just a lot of little things like behind the scenes. I would say like admin stuff that gets a little bit tricky. So I was just like, you know what, God, if this is for me, tell me. Si no, I will abandon it. And I was like, God wouldn't let me get this far, you know, if it wasn't for me, if this wasn't in my plan. And that's just what I think now. It's like God already has my life planned out for me. Like, he already knows if this is gonna fail or not. But if it ends up failing or whatever, like, I know it's gonna be a lesson, you know. And I'm finally getting that little kick of like the business in me, because Jonathan has always been my business person. Like, I just kind of approve the designs and go for it. But I'm finally getting it. So if this is for me, que sí. Y si no, pues ya que, you know?
Yeah. I feel like Blanca is my little, like, not apprentice. How do I say? What's the word? Like, you know when, like say you were shadowing me, and then it's finally your turn to do it, the job. Like, say you hire and they're training you at work, right? Yeah. And the trainer, like, showed you everything, and now he's like, all right, then tomorrow you're going to come in and you're going to do everything. I'm just going to be quiet with the clipboard. And that's how I am, because Blanca, she would tell me about this boutique, ya tiene meses, and I would, yo me cerraba la boca, so I'd be like, that's a really good idea, babe. Yeah, I would walk away. Babe, what if I buy tickets to LA right now? And I would be like, that would be, babe, I fully support you. When, you know, so I waited for her to buy the tickets, her put the date to go to the fashion district, her to do all this, because I really didn't want to push on this idea, because then it wouldn't, I wanted her to really feel it and her to drive this idea if she really likes it, you know?
Yeah. And that's exactly what I did. Like, I booked the flights and I'm like, yeah, like this is the first step to this business idea that is crazy in my mind, guys, because like I cannot express this enough. I am not a risk taker. I am like
the opposite.
I'm the complete opposite. Literally, this is so funny, and we can probably talk about this another day, but we got kicked out of one of the fields we were shooting at, and I literally like when people say I almost shit my pants, I'm not like, I had that feeling, babe. I hate making people mad. I hate it. And this lady was being so mean to us, and I'm like, oh my God, we literally just made her so mad. And I was like, my voice, I was quivering. I was shaking in my boots. I'm not kidding. So I
was literally shaking, but like the opposite version, like, ooh, lady, why are you being so mean?
Gabby was like, yeah, kick us out. You know, so it's like I love being around risk takers, but I hate being uncomfortable. So this is me, like, I don't know. Give me all the good vibes, guys, please. If you like it, at least go like the Instagram picture. It's okay.
Don't feel like Blanca is like asking you to like, please like buy something.
Heck
it's like,
no.
just like it up, follow the Instagram.
If you like
see
it.
what the vibes are, check it out, you know. Like we're asking you to like check it out. Like just check it out.
Check it out and tell us like what the vibes are, what you're feeling.
Check it out.
But yeah, I feel like there's so much more I could go into and like just tell you all about, but we'd be here for 3 hours, so I will save you guys all of that. The main thing, we just really wanted to tell you guys our reason and the name, or the reason behind the brand, and then the reason behind the name. That's it. I hope you guys love it. Everything is gonna be live today. I don't know what time because we're still filming it before, so just stay up and go follow the Instagram. Let me know. Go hype Gabby up for taking those amazing, beautiful pictures. And yeah,
let us know what you think about It's so weird because my voice is like the echo to my mind.
Yeah, so the way I told Jonathan, it's like you think faster than you speak. So by the time you already like you end the sentence here, like you're starting to speak, but your sentence is already over. It's
like subtitles.
Yeah,
like to a movie.
Yeah.
But the voice is the actor's real voice. I heard all that sentence. I just stuttered in my head.
Yeah, I know.
But it stuttered. Because my lips can't move fast enough.
Yes, se te fue. Yeah. It's like Gabby, guys. I don't know if it's the Gemini in them, but Gabby literally like, she was like, okay, now we have to go over there to take a picture. And then Gabe was like, so you're done at the field? She's like, no, but I got this idea, so I have to do it right now. Yeah. I was like, you know, so it's like their mind goes 1,000 miles per hour, and my mind is literally the sloth in Zootopia.
Yeah. I didn't even know what I was going to say. I was going to say something about the studio. If you guys
let us know what you think about the studio.
Let us know what you think, if you like it. This was, like I said, it's beautiful, but according to Gabby and Gabe, they did feel rushed because they only had a few hours. So they really wanted to like one day either come back or give us some details on like to change this a little bit, just because I know probably the podcast no se ve tanto from the camera just because it's in cursive. So probably change that, just that, but everything else. You know what?
Like, before you guys go and comment, I already know that you guys probably commented this if you didn't see it till the end. We forgot the control to the lights, so that's why they were turning different colors, but it should just be white. So sorry about that.
Sorry. We forgot the remote control at home.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we were supposed to say that at the beginning.
Yeah, and I totally forgot until just now when I looked up at them. So, yeah. I don't know, guys.
Let's do a little giveaway. Fuck, if you made it this far, because I wanted to talk about this at the beginning, but if you're a real one, you stick to the end. And if you stick to the end, that's the people who I care about their opinions, okay? I don't care about the people that just try to find what the thumbnail or the title was about. So right now, we have this dilemma. We upload on Fridays, right? Well, YouTube. And we noticed that, like, they get views Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, but I feel like all the views start to roll in on Mondays, because I feel like, and I'm speaking from experience, when I had a 9-to-5, I had to wake up at 6 in the morning, drive to work for 30 minutes or whatnot in the dark, sometimes daylight savings or whatever, and say my favorite podcasters would upload Thursday, Friday, whatever, I would wait till Monday to listen to that podcast because Mondays suck. They're already shitty. You're coming out from the weekend. You're most likely either hungover or you're really tired, etc. Or you miss your kids now. And it's like, if this podcast makes me feel an ounce happier, I'm going to wait till Monday so Mondays just don't suck as much. So I feel like a lot of our views roll in on Mondays. So what I'm trying to say, long story short, is would you guys prefer if we change the podcast to be uploaded on Mondays? Like, would you guys like that? Like, would that make your week better? Because we originally... Spill the Beans has always been Fridays to end your week good. Like, Spill the Beans was meant for like going to work knowing you have the whole weekend off, or getting off of work and you drive back and you're just in a good mood because you know it's Friday and you don't work till Monday. But now I'm thinking we're all grown. We've 4 years of this podcast. We've grown up together, and maybe just work is a little bit harder now. It's more intense and you have more responsibilities. Would you prefer to hear us like fresh on Mondays? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter. A lot of you guys have been, like I said, been saving, I feel like, our podcast for Monday because our views just blow up Monday mornings. But yeah, so for $100, guys, comment
Monday,
like Monday, or no, like yes, change it to Mondays, etc. Or no, keep it like you guys have it now. So just something along those lines. And we'll choose one, and make sure you follow Spill the Beans Podcast JJ on Instagram.
Yep. And without further ado, wish us luck on this new journey, and we will see you guys next week.
Later.
Yay Networks.